as far as intersectionality, just tell us what that is.
Okay, so Kimberly Crenshaw came up with the term intersectionality in 1989, I want to say, in a paper called Mapping the Margins. And now narrowly, intersectionality is a pretty simple idea. It just says that our identities can't be reduced to a single axis. So I am not simply a man. I'm not simply half Indian. I'm not simply heterosexual, but that my identity is found and my experiences are found at the intersection of all of those identities. So if you want to understand my social location or where I stand in my experiences, I have to take many different lenses. Now, broadly speaking, however, it is part of this critical theory way of thinking in the sense that she would say something like these identities come from mutually interlocking systems of oppression. So, and the way this plays out in practice would be something like this. A person can be both an oppressor and oppressed at the same time along different axes. A good practical example would be the schism between white women and black women over the cause of feminism. Because feminism would say, well, we're all women, we share the same common gender oppression, and therefore we can all be united. And black feminists, even way before Crenshaw, were saying, oh, wait a minute, hold on here. Because as women of color, we experience an additional axis of oppression that you don't. So we can't assume that your white feminism will share the same goals as our black feminism. This is where you get into the feminism versus womanism split. And you'll hear black feminists like Bell Hooks or Audre Lorde would problematize what they would call white feminism. But that's the idea of intersectionality, because they would say the white feminist is oppressed with respect to her gender, yes, but she is actually privileged with respect to her race.
Yeah.
So you can be both at the same time. Or in black men would be privileged with respect to their gender, but oppressed with respect to their race.